structures mainly depends on how to write a function. Since I have given yesterday a brief discussion on what are the data structures existing, like stack, queue, linked list, and different trees and graphs. And moreover, we need to perform the operations like insert, delete, search for an element, everything. For all the data structures, we need, the main operations are these three. These three operations we will consider like a set of function. For each operation, we'll consider a function, and we'll call the respective function whenever it is required. Right? Now see what is a function. As I said earlier, a function is a block of code that performs a particular task. In programming, we may face a situation where the same lines of code need to be executed more than once, which are desired to be executed more than once. For example, suppose if you want to do insert operation, insert an element into a some data structure called stack. The same insert operation, it is not restricted to do only one time. It is to be performed any number of times. Whenever you want, you need to do it. Similarly, any other operations also, like searching, like delete an element. So there should be a demand to be write a function. That means you need to write 4 or 5 lines of code. How many lines it requires, you will write the function, and we'll call that function uh, whenever you want to execute. This may solve the problem of unnecessary repetition of the code and bugs, everything. Right? As you know, functions are two types. Since you are using printf, scanf, those are all the library functions. The code for those functions can be written by a C library itself, written in a C library itself. The user no need to write any code. Come to user-defined function. In the name itself, we can understood that the user only need to write a code. Right? It is of 4 types. The first type is yes, see. Here you see this is a main function, void main. Here it is add, again add, again add. The same function add we are calling for 3 times. But for the first time, the arguments are 30 and 15, 2 arguments. Here you see 2 arguments. One is 30, another one is 15. Here also 2 arguments, 63, 49. Here also 2 arguments, 952 and 321. So this function add can be called for 3 times. Fine. So the definition of this add is given at the next. Here you see void add int x, int y. That means 30 will be treated as 1x, 15 will be treated as y. That means 2 arguments. So int result is equal to x plus y. Print of the result is percentage d comma result. That means from this function there is no return type. A return type in the sense this function may throw some value, thus that value can move to the main function. So this main function can catch that value, but this is not the case we have done here. This takes only arguments 30 and 50 and does not return. This function add does not return anything. It will print here itself, right? So that's why this add is not returning anything. So that's why void is placed. Return type will be placed before the function name. So here add is the function name. Int x and int y are the arguments, and return type is nothing. So that's why void I have kept. This will works for any number of functions. Suppose add 30, 15, then compile, then cursor will move from 30, 15 to this place, and 30 will be replaced in x, 15 will be replaced in y. Those two will be added, and result you will get here itself. Does not return. So that's why it does not return. For the same 63 and 49 also, cursor will move from 63 and 49. 63 will be placed to x, 49 will be placed to y, and you can add 950 to 321. Here x and y, x plus y is the result, right? So this is the program written using a function called add, which takes two arguments and does not return any value. So the function prototype is to be placed here. Void add int x into y. That means what? This is a function called add. This takes two arguments called x and y. This cannot return any value, so that's why I kept y. That's right. I hope you understood. Yes. Now come here. This is the function, type of function we use in our data structures programs to implement the operations like insert, delete, search, everything. For all those things we apply this type of function. That is, it takes arguments and return. You see here, this is a main function. What is a main function? Which has a z is equal to add of 950 to 321. That means what? Add is a user defined function. Then cursor moves from add to this part, function definition part. Here 952 and 321. 952, 321. 952 will be moved to x. 321 will be moved to y. 952, x is equal to 952, y is equal to 321. Then x plus y. What is the result? 1273. This will be placed in result. That can be written. Written means this function add cannot print anything. This will gives. Return means which gives. This function will gives us a value called result. So that's why integer value. So add int, that is return type, is given here as a int. So you will get a result value. This result value will be stored in z, and z will be printed here. This is another type of calling a function in the printf itself. Just neglect it. You understood about this. So this is the type of a function we use to implement the stack operations called insert, delete, search, everything. Right? If you want to insert something, we'll place C is equal to insert of insert. So that value will be inserted into a particular position by using this same template function. By using this type of program, we can write a operations on various data structures. Understood? This is a function which it takes arguments and return a value. This is a function which takes argument and does not return a value. This is a difference. Here, no arguments, no return. Just you want to know, just this is the main. This is the main. Mainly we use this one or this one. Takes argument, does not return. Takes argument and return. So these two are just you want to. I want to recall you whatever you studied in your first year course. No arguments, no return. Here I am taking a function called area. This area has no arguments. Here you see. This area does not return anything. So that's why void area. Void in the sense which does not return anything. The cursor moves from area to the void area. Every operations will be performed here itself, and printing also can be done here itself. No return from that function. The meaning is the function will not give you anything. Which does not give anything. Here you see no arguments but return something. So that's why square area, whenever there is a return something, we will use some variable before the function calling statement. Here you see square area is equal to area. Here also the return, whenever return is there, z is equal to add. That you remember. So square area is equal to area. That means cursor moves from this part to the function definition part. Here all the executions will be performed and returns a square area. This square area will be placed here, which can be print in the main itself. That is about the 4 types of functions. Takes arguments and return, or takes arguments does not return. No arguments, no return. No arguments, return. 4 types. Which will be useful when writing the simple operations on data structures. At this point of time, I would like to introduce you about what is a menu-driven program. See the 20 lines of code here, which is a menu-driven program. I have not written the complete code. You need to implement. Here you see, what is our aim? We want to do addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Whenever we want to come out from the menu, you can come out with using a function called exit. Right? Whenever the program is executed, a menu should be displayed. Right? Menu should be displayed. That means number 1 addition, number 2 subtraction, number 3 multiplication, number 4 division, number 5 exit. Which option you want to select? If you selected option 1, then that will be placed in OPT. That means 1. OPT is 1. Fine. Then for sum, you need to write after the 20 line code called 20. Here, this is a main function. Definition of the sum, subtract, multiplication, division, you need to write after the line called 20. And this is a function which takes 2 arguments and return a value called ANS, answer, and break. Come out from the break. Again, this menu will be displayed automatically because we given for infinite loop called while 1. Again, the menu will be displayed. 1 addition, 2 subtraction, 3 multiplication, 4 division, and 5 exit. Which one you want to select, you can select. At this point of time, if you select 2, suppose, then 2 will be placed in OPT. Then in switch of 2, then case 2 will be erased. INS is suppose if you selected 5, then OPT case 5 exit. Exit is a predefined function or a library function. You no need to write any code for this. This will come out from the entire program, entire menu. That means from while 1. That means the same operations or the same menu will be displayed until you choose in your exit. Hope you understood. While you are doing a stack operations, our idea is replace addition with insert, replace subtraction with delete, right? Insert, delete, display, and finally exit. Suppose if you are doing queue operations, you change the menu. Suppose you are doing some binary search tree operations. First, you need to create a binary search tree. After that, insert an element. After that, delete an element. After that, some search for a particular element. As I told you in the very beginning, if you want to create some data structure consisting of all the players in an online video game, list of all the players you want to store, and if you want to retrieve them efficiently, the self-balancing binary search tree you need to create, right? Which is a non-linear data structure. Efficient in the sense, in the less amount of time. Fine. Here I will give you an assignment. You once write these two programs. See, friends, you write this program once. I think it is completed. Right? And this one also. You can neglect this line. This one. Our aim is uh, to takes the arguments and return the value. Return means it will gives you something, some value. It gives some value to you. Right? From Monday and Tuesday, please listen carefully. Monday you have a lab. Tuesday also you have a lab. Monday for the second half. Totally you are 64 members. First 32 members. Monday OOPS lab. Remaining 32 members, Monday is data structures lab. On Tuesday, which will be swapped. Understood? I'll give you a links, everything tomorrow. I'll share you in the WhatsApp group. How to join in a lab course and everything. You need to do the programs, all these programs at that time. This is the first program. Takes arguments, and I will share you this presentation. Takes arguments and does not return. This is the first program you need to do. This is the second program. Takes arguments and return. This is third program. No arguments, no return. This is fourth program. No arguments, one return. After that, this is the fifth program. You need to do menu driven program. I have not given the complete code to try to understand. I have given a skeleton of the code. Here you see the menu driven, for the menu driven program, I have given a skeleton. You need to complete the things. For addition, what you need to do, for subtraction, what you need to do, for multiplication, what to do, for division. Of course, exit, no need to write any code. This is the fifth program, menu driven program. And one more task. This is the task which is close to your data structure operations. Design a menu driven program to perform the bank transactions. What are all the bank transactions here we are considering is, first is deposit, second is withdraw, third is the check the balance, fourth one is the sign out from the internet bank. Use functions. For deposit, you use one function. For withdraw, you use one function. And check the balance, you use one function. Sign out also. Sign out, nothing but exit. Exit, predefined function. For exit, it is a predefined function. The important thing is you need to design the rules by yourself. I will tell you what are all the rules. Suppose you have chosen a withdraw function. Withdraw function. How much the amount you want to withdraw? How much the amount you want to withdraw? Whenever you have withdrawn selected a withdraw function, immediately the system has to ask you a question like this: how much amount you want to withdraw? Then you will give something 5,000. 5,000. You should be equipped with some variable called balance. Balance is equal to, suppose, 10,000 already existed. You want to withdraw 5,000. 5,000 is less than 10,000. So the operation will be executed and the amount will be withdrawn. If not, there will be a caution for you that you are unable to withdraw the amount. Like how you are facing in a ATM transactions. Bank balance is 0. You kept the card and you want to withdraw some 5,000. Unable to process the request. Likewise. Fine. Check the balance also. You need to print the balance amount. Fine. You design the rules by yourself. Everyone independently design your rules. For everything, and construct a menu driven program. Fine. This is the last task. First 4 programs are very simple programs. You have done your C programming already. First 4. Fifth one is to understand the menu driven. addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. All those things you have done as a calculator application for the example of switch case already in your first year course. Now you want to learn the flavor of menu driven. Same program you need to write with a menu driven. And the last task is bank transaction task. Here you design your rules, everything, and you have to execute the things. Right? These are all the programs you need to do on Monday and Tuesday. First 32 people will do the programs on Tuesday. Remaining 32 people for the Monday. Understood?